Super friends, how's it going? Welcome back, and to another episode of Comic Talk. I don't do these very often, but today I felt like it was important enough to talk about Superman number 18, written by Bendis, a name that for some people is synonymous with Devil Man, because a lot of people really don't like his writing. They feel like he destroys every single character that he touches. Everything that he lays his fingers on gets set on fire, decays, rusts, turns to steaming piles of cow dung. And this is a story that a lot of people were waiting very much on the edge of their seat to find out exactly what's happening. And I was one of those people too. Now, there was a lot of questions from Superman fans and comic book fans in general, whether you even follow DC or not. This is kind of big news that Superman is revealing his secret identity, outing himself as Superman and Clark Kent together to the world. This is kind of a big deal. People are sort of paying attention to this. Maybe not as much as obviously when Superman died or when Batman had his back broken, but certainly more than the average person would pay attention to what's happening in the world of Superman and the goings-on in Metropolis and with all those supporting characters. So essentially, Superman here, and I should have seen this coming from the storytelling that Bendis was doing, because when I look at all the ducks that are in a row here for why Superman decides to come clean with his identity, his dual identity as Clark Kent and Superman in the world of mankind, I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming. All the ducks were in a row, but I didn't. I didn't see it coming until it was announced. And then it was announced, I didn't know why he was doing it. Not really. DC really didn't, over the super titles, they didn't really give us an idea of exactly why he was doing it. It was only possibly in the last few issues before he outs himself that I think they were kind of trying to hint at some of the reasons why. The reason why he outs himself, the main reason, is because his father, Jor-El, had a lot of secrets. And those secrets hurt people. They hurt lots of people. People died over those secrets. And he feels like if he is going to be an ambassador of truth and justice, and because those are the two words he uses. I think it's truth, justice, and the American way. It's hope, it's freedom, it's goodness. But truth and justice is what they used in that comic book because people are ashamed to say the American way now for some reason. I'm not even an American, and I think that's a dumb idea. Truth, justice, and the American way. If he's going to be an ambassador for truth as one of the things, then he felt bad. He felt like, no, I've been keeping this secret from people for way too long. And at first it was to protect people. Only everyone knows that the people that are part of Clark Kent's life are actually part of Superman's life too, so who am I protecting? How am I keeping them safe? That's his basic reasoning for why he doesn't need to do it for people's safety anymore. And he doesn't like the fact that his father kept so many secrets and they were so dangerous, so he's like, for the next step for me to develop as a man, as a Superman, I need to release this secret. I need to come clean with people and tell them exactly who I am, for better or for worse. And that's the basic idea behind it. Now, a lot of people have these questions like, is this the status quo? Yes, it is. This going forward will be the status quo. Of course, until there's another major event that rewrites history and they can do whatever they want, because that's what DC does. But for now, it's the status quo. Clark Kent and Superman are not separate anymore. They are now one and the same as far as the public eye is. Do I think that this will be an interesting story? Absolutely. How can this not be an interesting story? Do I think it's necessary to further the fictional legacy of the Man of Steel? Absolutely not. I think it's kind of a dumb idea. Not in the sense of it's dumb for storytelling, but it's dumb in the sense that they're, getting rid of what I believe is a necessary part of the legacy of the Man of Steel, and that is the existence of the duality of Clark Kent and Superman. I think that those are absolutely essential to his mythos. He's still going to be Clark Kent, still going to work at the Daily Planet apparently, and he's still going to be Superman, but everyone's going to know. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work out. It'll be interesting. Not so happy with it being the status quo. I don't think they needed to go this route to tell a good Superman story, but alas, they have. Am I going to jump off this book? No, I'm not going to jump off the book. As much as I don't like everything Bendis has done, I'm here for the long haul. I'm not going to be like, I don't like what that guy's doing. I'm gone. I'm here. I want to know what's going to happen. If anything really bad, if something that I really don't like happens, then yeah, I'm going to jump off, and I'm going to use my jumping off and my withholding my dollars as a protest to show my disapproval for what they're doing. At this point, I don't own the character. As a big fan, sometimes I feel ownership over the character, but he's not mine. He belongs to DC Comics, and I'm not the writer. Right now, Bendis is who DC's entrusted with him, so I want to know what's happening. If I care about the character enough, then I want to know what's happening. I'm not always comfortable with Bendis' decisions. He's not the guy I would choose to write Superman stories. And there have definitely been many better Superman story arcs before this. That all goes without saying. That being said, as much as, for example, I hate the fact that he felt like he had to age up John to make him someone he could really deal with, I kind of understand why he did it, because aging up John, he was able to use him with the newly returned Legion into DC Comics continuity, and that makes sense because the Legion exists because of Superman, but everyone knows that a Superboy has to go hand in hand with the Legion to make the Legion a comic book that is more fun. You have the Superboy, and then you have the Legion of Superheroes. And that's what we see here. It's John Kent who inspires them, so I understand why he did it. Anyway, Super Friends, I, like the rest of you, I'm just gonna have to stick around and see what happens, for better or for worse. Leave what you think down in the comments section below. Do you feel like this is a good idea, a dumb idea? Where do you think this is going? Are you hopping off the book? Do you see Bendis as Devilman? Or do you trust his writing skills and the direction that he's taking our beloved Man of Steel? And really, this will affect the entire DC Comics universe at large. Leave it down in the comments section below. If you like what you've seen here, you can always hit subscribe or not. No one's making you do it, but if you'd like to, you can. And I will see you with the next one, Super Friends. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.